Alright, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about QCap. QCap. QCap is a token on the Qubic network. I got a special request today from Vibra Finance, so shout out to him. Yeah, so let's do it. Alright, QCap. So what QCap is, it's a project on the Qubic network that gives little investors, for lack of a better word, sorry little guys, I'm a little investor too, exposure to shares that are on the Qubic network. So in short, maybe I can do a video on smart contracts later on the Qubic network, but whenever a smart contract is launched, there's an IPO, all right, initial public offering for 676 shares, right? Exactly 676 shares, and there's no price on the shares, right? Excuse me. The price is discovered through what's called a Dutch auction. I would explain it in this video, but it's long-winded as hell. I did like 3 takes and I bore myself talking about it. So just go, if you want, if I get enough requests, I can do another video. But yeah, go look up what a Dutch auction is, pause it if you want to, or look it up after. So it goes through a Dutch auction where the price is discovered, and then these 676 shares are divvied up between all the bidders. And a Dutch auction is very fair because the price is set by the last lowest bid that acquired the last share. I know it sounds weird, but if you go look up what a Dutch auction is and understand it, and make sure you understand, you look up Dutch auction with an IPO. It's very specific. So yeah, shares. Each smart contract launches an IPO and shares are distributed. So QCap has this thing called QVault, which acquires yield from the shares that it gets, right? So it's a crowd-funded yield project where the crowd purchases their tokens. There's a total of 21 million, just like Bitcoin, and there's a vesting period like the halving, right? It's just like Bitcoin, right? And holding that token gives you access to that yield from the shares that they acquire, because you purchased, it's a crowdfunded deal. So look at how many shares they have of these projects: 21 QX, 122 Quartery. I know this looks like little, but let me show you why that's not little. This was the biggest smart contract, I think, on the whole ecosystem, because 10 trillion were burned. 10 trillion Qs were burned on one smart contract. That's a lot. To put that in perspective, there's that at the time, I think that was 10% of the supply at that time of burning. Right now there's a lot more because that was a while ago. So yeah, let me show you. Let me show you how expensive that is. 10 trillion. So watch me do. So 10 trillion, right, was in the Alright, that's 10 trillion divided by 676 shares. So that was 14 billion cubic per 14.7 billion cubic per share when it first launched. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, because the price could crash. It depends on what people think the value is. That's probably why QSwap was so cheap this time around. Yeah, look, it's still trading pretty high. These are the shares. These are the tokens on QX trade, and these are the shares. How much is QX? Yeah, look, it's still 11 billion cubic, $21,000 per share. $21,000 per share. So you see, not everybody has $21,000 for a share to earn yield of Qubic on the smart contract. So yeah, That's kind of a long roundabout way of saying. So here's what Qubic does. Qubic raises funds through selling their token, and what they do with those funds is they purchase shares of smart contracts with the funds it's crowdfunded. And so with the yield that they earn from the smart contracts is put into a vault, and the vault then distributes yield from the smart contracts to holders. So watch, and they hold a crazy amount of stuff now. Let me go to their page. What's going on? Where's their last? Yeah, look at this. Look at this. As of July 12th. Oh, they also just bought some QSwap. I think they bought 100 QSwap. Oh, Jesus. I think QSwap ended up being 411 million per share. So that's a lot of Qubic. And 277 billion ended up getting burned for that smart contract. So yeah, Qubic's becoming deflationary faster than we think. Go check out my other videos to see why. Yeah, so QCap just acquired 1 QX, 10 quarterly, and 1 random. Our updated holdings now include 21 shares of QX. Yo! I didn't realize they had that many. They have 21 shares of QX? Wow. Hold on, let me do the math on that real quick. Yo, they have $500,000 worth of QX. God damn. How much is quarterly? Oh, am I blocking the thing? Oops. I don't wanna. There it is. I think that's quarterly. 600. Oh, oops. 600. Where was I? 600 million cubic. 1,080. Dang. They're balling out here. Oh. Yo. How much? How Q Vault? That's their smart contract. That's the vault I was talking about. 244 Q Vault. How much is Q Vault? MS Vault. What the heck? Is that it? Oh no, this is it. $492. What's the math on that? 492 times 244. Wow. MS Vaults. Alright, so yeah. Those are the holdings. And look, 110k worth of mining equipment and various MLM items. MLM is the game that's being built on Qubic, which is gonna be insane. I can't wait for like updates on that. That's gonna be a lot of on-chain burning happening. The assets on there are crazy expensive. But yeah, that's QCap. It allows regular holders just to buy, get exposure to shares. Look, QCap is only 63 cents. So you can get on here and trade it. All you gotta do is have your Qubic mobile wallet and connect right here. You have MetaMask or Wallet Connect. Oh boy. Wallet Connect. So yeah, you can go on here if you have Qubic. You don't use USDT on here. You get your Qubic wallet and it's only 320k Qubic per Q. And all you gotta do is hold it in your wallet, and you'll get Qubic in your wallet every week. And that is QCap. I hope you understood it. Might have got a little long-winded, but I hope it's useful information. All right, peace out.